Okay, here we are, guys. Let's see. We're at Chance's chat. And of course, I'm Doc G. And Chance McFadden is here. And it's just going to be us tonight, it seems like, and just a couple other people. But this is for entertainment purposes, and it may not be just for entertainment purposes only. We're going to talk a little bit about everything, but we're going to talk about what matters the most, and that's you guys. Take it away.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Wyatt's not going to be here tonight. Hi, Danny. How are you? Fascinating Brian's not going to be here tonight. The girls are coming in at 8:30, and Doc Wiedemann is coming in at 8:40. And tonight's show is about preparation. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have Doc G tell you a little bit about what is going on with Hamilton Radio, what they're doing and what they're involved in, what Hamilton Radio is doing. And please get your legal pads and your pens ready, because I am getting ready to give you guys information for preparation for the event. Okay. So, Doc G, what's going on with the station? Audiobooks, is that the thing?
We're doing audiobooks, guys, and we have just completed 3 audiobooks. We're working on trying to get some other audiobooks. So if you're an author of a book, or you know a friend that's an author of a book, and they want to read the book themselves, we can do that. Even if they're not that well of a reader, it doesn't matter, because what we can do is we can induce AI to enhance their voice. And what that means is, one thing is, first of all, yeah, I know you did, and we're going to talk about that. You can take your audiobook and you can give us a 20-minute to a 30-minute conversation, and then we can read your audio, or have you read something for 30 minutes and we can read your audio. And what that means is, once we have your audio, we transfer it to a file, and then we can set up an audiobook for you. It's really simple. It's not a hard process, not very expensive either. We do have different rates for different books, but one is we're reliable. 2 is we done it before, so it's not a scam. And 3 is you'll get a great book with you reading it. And I think that's the most important part. The author that writes a book knows exactly the way they want to say it and how they want to say it. And that's what makes it so important to get the author to read the book. Okay. Number 2 is I am going to be at the Smodcastle Film Festival, the International Film Festival, this week in Smodcastle. It's going to be in Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey. And I will be there from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So anybody that's around the area, if you want to come and meet me, I'll be there with my family, my wife and my 2 daughters. I'll be the film judge. We'll be talking a little bit about Hamilton Radio, what we're doing, and we'll also be giving out awards at the end of the ceremony. You must purchase 3 blocks of films to see the awards. However, if you don't, that's fine. You could just come and say hi to me. That's whatever you want to do. And I'm glad to meet anybody else that's new. So that's what I'm doing this weekend.
Wow. Sounds like you got a busy schedule. Okay. Now here's what's going on, guys. And if I want to be more involved with the station, but right now I just don't have time. But greetings from Sydney, Australia. Hello, Martha. How are you, Martha? I haven't heard from Martha in a long time. I see these names come up. I know most of these people. It's great when I see them popping up here on the screen. Dana. Hi, Dana. I didn't recognize your name, but I had a good friend of mine, Dana, and he's gone now, and it makes me sad. I miss him so much. He was my brother. Anyway, you're welcome, Dana. Good to see you here. Suzanne, hello. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over what you need to do to prepare. Now, if you have the RV protocol papers, you are already halfway prepared. Okay? Why are you halfway prepared? Okay? Because in the RV protocol papers is a free common law trust. It tells you how to act, how to dress, how to get ready for your RV appointment. It's just something to study and a point of reference. And what you will do is you will not take these documents to your appointment. Follow me? You leave them at home. It's for you to study. Okay? And we have a winner for the guitar. I picked the winner. Oh, well, I didn't. The AI program did. And we're going to announce that in just a few minutes. But so what you're going to have to do first is, if you have the RV protocol papers, you're going to have to study them. And then you're going to have to compare notes with what I'm telling you now, which you should be writing down. Okay? The very first thing you do when you get your appointment. We still don't know how you're getting your appointment. We don't know if you're getting your call from the Treasury. We don't know if there's going to be 800 numbers. We don't know any of that. We know groups are being notified, and we know people are going in. Okay? So as long as you just understand, everybody's got a different rate. Everybody's got a different date. Everybody goes in at a different time. As the 800 numbers become available, we will put it on chancemcfadden.com. Yeah, we got some work to do on that website too.
Yeah, anytime you want.
Yeah, we'll do that after this week. Yeah. And we're sorry Wyatt and Fascinating Brian couldn't be with us this evening. Good morning, Carrie Lyle. Carrie Lyle? Sounds right, Carol. Carol, maybe it's Carol.
It is Carol, yeah.
Carol Warwick. Okay, yeah, I've chatted with her on the text message before. Hi, Terry Jacobs from Las Vegas. Hi, how are you? All right, so oh God, I love these little comments that come up there. Sometimes it just throws me off. So, okay. I want to address something before we go on. Ann in Florida, who sent me the Wave Watch. I used the Wave Watch the other night, all night long. And I woke up the next morning and I didn't have any vertigo. I like that a lot. So I'll be using it again tonight like I used it last night. The Wave Watch does work. It's a very nice gift. I'm so grateful and appreciative. All right. So let's talk about, you got the RV protocol papers. You know how to get yourself together, how to organize your currency. Now, in the past, there's been different blogs, different podcasters, different truthers that saying you don't need your receipts. Wrong. You need your receipts. Okay? Now, I didn't have all of mine, but I bought most of my currency off eBay. So I went down and saw my buddy Matt down at the stationery store. And I said, would you go into my eBay feedback and copy down all my currency transactions? And he did. I've got them all done. I've got all my currency organized. So what I will do is I will designate a number to each currency. And then it will refer to this alphabet letter of the receipts over here. So we'll have alphabet letter A, B, C that goes with currency 1, 2, 3. Be very, very easy to follow. So that's how you get your receipts together if that's how you want to do it. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? It's nice to see you too. Okay. Did you see what Terry Jacobs did? She went like this. So I did it back to her. Okay.
Thank you.
Jeanette's a nice lady. Yeah. It's good to see you. Can we talk about wise? Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna, this is what I do. Okay. This is not a planned show. I don't have a script. I'm going to jump around. I'm going to talk about wise now. What do you think being a white hat operation? Yes, it is a white hat operation. Yes, it is trying to be compromised. I have taken 25% of my, yeah, Randy, I'll get to that. Come back. Make sure you put that back up for me again. I want to read that again, okay? Randy's message. So I took 25% of my money out and I put it in silver. Okay. Now, I'm going to take more out and put it someplace else. And we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, folks. So we're just, it's just a little bit here. And I'm going to leave some in. Okay. But I respect Wyatt. I respect his information. I put it out there because I want you guys to have all the information that I have that I can give to you. So I want you to use your own discernment, whether you get out of Wise, whether you cash it out, whether you put it into silver, whether you use your debit card and buy a bunch of physical currency, whatever. I'm here for you, okay? I'm not here for me, okay? I'm here to help you guys through this journey. I literally, okay? When I was doing Mr. Dunn's show, I had no intentions of doing anything like I'm doing now, okay? I woke up one morning and it's just like the Lord told me, he says, you've got to communicate with these people more than what you're doing. And so I was prepared to become a QC loss prevention guy for Walmart, and I chose not to do that because even though the money would have been fantastic, I would have still had to pay somebody to stay here and take care of the house and Mickey and the dogs and everything. And so it was a trade-off. So anyway, you guys have seen me through this whole journey, and I appreciate you so much. I love you so much for it. So what we're doing now is we're diversifying our Wise funds, but I'm not buying any crypto. I don't believe in crypto. If you do, that's your business. My business is if I don't hold it in my hand, I don't own it. Okay? So you've got to make your own decision up. Joey Bruno says, "Oh, Doc and Chance, hope you guys are doing well. I believe silver will surpass gold, just in my opinion." Listen, Joey, it's more than your opinion, okay? And I'm going to tell you about a guy. I can't tell you his name because I can't mention names on here. I got a guy that is a real estate multimillionaire that calls me once in a while because he says he called me the people's mouthpiece, and I don't know why he called me that, but he says, "I want you to tell people to get into silver." And okay, Don, here's what he said. He said Wise was going to go down and you could lose your money. That's what Wyatt said originally, okay? But anyway, that's why I'm telling you what this multimillionaire said, because he said, meds that's not meds. It's
I'm not medicines at all.
The patches. I'm doing the patches.
Me too.
Anyway, yeah. And so anyway.
And longevity.
Yeah, longevity. I'm taking in fact, Megan's taking longevity. My dog, she's taking longevity. No, nobody's sending him any bad intel. That's actually what he believes, but we don't know. This thing is still a moving target. So, okay. Can you please explain about Mark Z? As you said, please no more post his video. Oh yeah, let's not put. I don't want him on the Telegram page. And it's not that there's anything wrong with Mark Z. Hi Sal, how are you? Rock and roll, brother.
He's the mayor of rock and roll.
I know that. I know it. And I'm the Ayatollah of rock.
You're the Ayatollah of rock and roll.
So we're rock and roll royalty. Okay.
I know you are. You both are.
Anyway,
not to digress for a second. Me and him, we were supposed to have a guest last night on his show, and the guest for some reason couldn't come in. We talked about music the whole time. And then my buddy Steven Keller was an Alice Cooper fan, and Sal was just all over it last night because he knows everybody in music business, just like you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got to get you guys together, I swear.
Yeah. Hey, Sal. I got a question for Sal, and he can answer this later on. Back when I was silver quarters good? Oh, yeah. Silver quarters are good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. I'm going to ask Sal a question. Back in the
Hey, Steve.
68 to 70, 1968 to 1970, there was a touring road band called Ronnie and Carol and the Circus. They traveled all over the best nightclubs. They were one of the groups that I followed. I learned a lot from watching the group. And after I did that, and they came to the King's Castle in Macomb, Illinois, I got with Baby Huey and the Babysitters, and I did a few things with the Fabulous Flippers, but they didn't know me as anybody. They saw me now, they say, we don't know that guy. Well, that's because I was a skinny little 112-pound little guy, you know. Okay. But I could play my ass off. That was the difference. So anyway, Sal, if you remember Ronnie and Carol and the Circus, I'd like to talk to you about it sometime. They were an amazing group. Okay, so no, Wyatt's doing the best that he can in Australia. Okay, he's got military contacts. So you know about Canned Heat? Did 2 shows with him. That's the story for another time. I'm not going to tell what today. Okay. Randy, I got rid of Presley with this Randy Presley. I got rid of Vertigo with this watch that Ann gave me. It's called the Wave Watch, and it's very easy to operate. It charges. A charge lasts almost a whole day, and then it's got a specialized charger. And no, they never signed. A major record deal, but. Yeah, Ronnie and Carol and the Circus back in the late 60s, the mid 70s. Canned Heat, of course, played at Woodstock. I'm familiar with that. Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Mike, that's cool. You
Yeah.
never know who's going to be on here, I swear.
Rock and roll royalty all over the place, man. I'm telling you, it's okay. So let's get back to what we got to do on the preparations. Okay.
Go ahead. You're getting off track. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, no, thank you, Doc. Okay.
I eat it. I eat canned tuna.
God, that was my road food when I was a teenager. Canned tuna and a Coke.
Yep.
Gotta have dinner. I don't have any money for anything. Wait a minute, I got 20 cents. Let's get a can of tuna and a Coke, you know.
Do you remember the canned ham, Underwood Farms canned ham or something like that? That's what it was called.
They still make it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Good for emergencies.
Right. Okay. We're going to talk about silver now. Okay. So the multimillionaire, he calls me, he says, and he holds on a video call, and he holds 10 rounds of silver, 5 in each one. Silver rounds, nothing special, not eagles or anything. 10 rounds of silver in a video call. And he says, you see this chance? He says, yeah. And he says, in a very short time, you're going to be able to take 10 rounds of silver, and you are going to be able to come to California and buy any house you want. Think about that. That blew my mind. 10 rounds of silver? And by any, well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate the tip. That means silver's getting ready to explode and it'll go way past gold. And the reason is because silver has a finite amount of silver and there's an infinite amount of gold, because gold can even be actually manufactured out of. Good for you, Victor. Good. Victor's going to get healthy.
Hi, my grandson.
So anyway, no, another guy. Anyway, so 10 rounds of silver to buy a multi-million-dollar house in California. Well, first of all, I don't want to live in California. That sucks. Okay? Because we all know what's going to happen to California. So, okay. All right. Bars, the same thing. Good deal. That's fine. I would, no, not even a lawnmower in California. That was good. Yeah, I'd be on the other side of the fault, okay? Because yeah, I think my cousin bought a house in California 35, 40 years ago, and I think she paid $500,000 for it, and it's pretty much a shanty. So anyway, so it's probably worth $3 million now. 10 rounds of silver. A silver round is a silver coin. It's 1 ounce. Okay? So 10 ounces of silver in the future, he said I could buy any house in California. Does that help, Maria? Okay. So I'm jumping all over the place tonight. And I'm telling you, we're not scripted. And who knows, I may be standing on my head playing God Bless America on my kazoo, you know. Yeah, I get it. It's $33.88 today. That's right. And it's still a steal. And there's going to people, when it goes up to $50, there's going to people who are going to run out and sell it. And that's going to tell you right now, that's dumb. That's dumb. Okay? You can't manufacture silver. Silver is God's money. So is gold, silver and gold. But there seems to be an infinite amount of gold. And there's a finite amount of silver. Oh, yeah. Good. That's a good observation, Joey says. Hey, Chance, in my opinion, I do not believe the guy that goes by Mr. C with the codes. I think it's a psyop, just my opinion. Mr. C at one time, from General Steve told me a long time ago, he was the real deal. But they expected this thing to go after Trump went in office the first time. And so it didn't happen. And Mr. C was taken out of the equation. Now Mr. C is just somebody that I used to know. Oh, I got to bring music into everything. Now, I used to listen to Mr. C. It was very interesting to talk to, and he knows more about corruption in the corporation in the United States of America than probably anybody that's alive today. But Mr. C is, as far as him and the codes, he better start boning up on his flags, because the signal codes with the flag, Boy Scout flags, is the only thing he's going to be coding, because he's out of it. Okay. There are old silver mines in Idaho that are closed. Yes, many silver mines are closed right now, and they are getting ready. 90% of the closed silver mines are getting ready to be reopened, because we need silver for everything, for computers, for cell phones. We are going to need silver for the free energy. Okay. So it's everything is fantastic right now. I know your particular situation may be as bad as mine financially, but be that as it may, we have a very bright future ahead of us in the immediate future. Now, you've got to have your receipts. You got to get them in order. You got to get your currency in order. If you've got your RV protocol papers, you're going to be okay. But here's the thing, when you go in for your appointment, yes, Mike, that's right. That's correct. They figure that out when it's time to cash in your currency. They figure that out. And but anyway, when you go in for your appointment, you got to remember these people are there to bless you. If you don't have a positive mental attitude, if you don't have high vibrations, if you don't have a frequency that absolutely just reeks love, it's not going to be good for you. Okay? If you go in there acting like, I want my money and I want it now and I want the best rate, that's not how you act. No, you don't need receipts for silver. No, silver is actually a currency. It just has no face value except for what the market gives it. Now, it just jumped 4 cents. Hey, I just made money. Thank you. All right. I made 40 cents. Thank you. Anyway, so when you go in for your appointment, these people are going to bless you like you've never been blessed. And yeah, Linda, let's talk about diamonds. Remind me to talk about diamonds later on, Doc, because I want to talk about diamonds later on because, okay, the only use a diamond has is industrial. That's the only use that it has, and I will talk about that later. But anyway, so let's go back to your vibrations and your frequency, okay? Joey says, I don't have any foreign currency. I have silver. So there will be a time and a place to exchange silver for us? Yes. Yes. But Joey, please, if you can, okay, listen to what I'm saying. If you don't have any currency right now, go on eBay. Look up Venezuela Bolivar digitalis, and they get the hundreds. It'll be a picture of a guy. I don't have a picture of. See if you can pull up a digitali 100, Doc, and put it up on the screen.
Let me see.
These are about $12 or less. Okay, go buy some of those. Buy one. Buy one. Where in the USA is safe? There's a town in Colorado that is safe. It's the highest point in the United States. But you don't have to worry about being safe unless you're in California, because all you got to do is turn it over to God. Okay? Do not write down the serial numbers of your currency. That's how the bad guys can steal it. Do not put it in your computer. Okay? Don't do that.
What did you want? Digitalis? Which one did you want?
Yeah. Venezuela Boulevard Digitalis 100s, or it'll say 100 on it, or 50.
All right, hold on. I'm looking for it.
And go buy one of those. They're $10, $12, something like that. If you don't have an eBay account, go on Amazon and buy it. We're going to show you a picture of it here in a minute. We want you in on this, Joey. Okay, it's very important to me. All right. While he's doing that, I'm going to announce the winner of the guitar. Okay? No drum roll. Where's my drum?
Oh boy. This happens every time that something happens with the dogs that come in. So I had to mute you, but you'll come back in a minute, so we're good. Let me see where we're at. All right, Chance, you can come back.
Okay.
There it is. Go ahead, Chance. You won't let me unmute you.
Hey, come on, guys. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I did it being stupid. Okay. Get one of those. Okay. The price on that is $7.89. Okay. I can tell you ahead of time. Yeah, only purchase from 100 trillions though. Okay, that is 100 trillions.
Shut up.
That auction number is a good auction number. Okay. Do we see the auction number on that, Doc?
Let me see if I can get it because it won't let me. That is just showing you. It's not saying the auction number.
Okay.
It's just telling you what it is.
Okay. I have a friend of mine here. He's a very smart man because he says, I only want to spend $100. What can I do? And I said, he bought 10 of these. Okay. The rate that I've been told on these is 35 cents. Now, when I was with Mr. Mark the other day, Mr. Mark told me there's a possibility it could come out at 75 cents. So do the math. Joey, go buy these. Okay. If the system has created legal suits against you and your driver's license is revoked to the 3rd degree, will you be able to exchange in the expectation of having funds to correct the legal record in the state? You will be able to exchange because all you need is your driver's license and several forms of utility bills that are in your name. Okay. All right. So go, Joey, go buy yourself. Yeah. Who let the dogs out? No kidding. Me. I let them out. Oh, being cute, trying to do a drum roll. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the guitar is Stacy Little. Okay. She is in New Jersey, and she is going to get the guitar shipped to her sometime next week by me. And we want to thank Stacy for her support and her participation in the drawing. And starting next week, okay, if they reject your currencies, the only thing I can say is sorry. What if you don't have receipts? I'd be getting them. I'd be finding them, or I'd be buying some of what I just showed you on the screen, so you have something to go in with. Okay. I'm trying to help you all. Okay. So I've been hearing this week that Boulevard will be in the second basket. If there is a second basket, first of all, there are no tiers. That's something Bruce made up. There are no baskets. There's only going to be one basket. And third of all, don't listen to these other guys because all they want to do is blow smoke up your skirt. Not Saberneros. You have to buy the 2021 or 2020 Digitalis 100s. Yes, congratulations, Stacy. I'll be getting your address from you. I have your email address. So anyway, okay. Let's see. I never gave anyone my email or phone number. I bought my currency at an exchange center. How do I get notified? You won't, unless you paid with a credit card or debit card. Now, if you did that, you'll be all right. But if not, you're going to have to wait for the 800 numbers. Now, what you really need to do is, if you're not a member of Chance's live chat 2 on Telegram, if you're not a member, then you need to join that group, because we got about 1,800 people on that group. No, it wasn't the Flying V behind you. No, it wasn't it. It was an acoustic guitar, very nice acoustic cutaway guitar, very nice. In fact, I sold one just like it today. So she's getting a very nice guitar, and it's already been set up and everything. Okay. So I get distracted easy, guys. I'm like a small child, I'm having a hard time focus. So Sabenaros are included in the revaluation. It'll just be a lower rate. Yes, those will be okay, Mike. Okay. So what we're going to do, if you are lifted, he said lifted a currency. I think he meant gifted a currency, but it was notarized to me. Is that okay as a receipt? Yes, that's a receipt. Just letting you know, Chance, your microphone has a lot of static. No, that's not static. That's my son's phone in the background, and I apologize for that. He doesn't understand how sensitive these computer microphones are. Lifted a currency. Lifted means stole. I heard in the gifted. That's what. There you go. Now you're on the program there, Jeff. Okay, so let's try to hold the questions and the comments down for a little bit, so I can talk more about how you got to get prepared. Now,
hold on for a minute. Go ahead.
during this process, there could be as many as 9 different stations or tables or desks that you could be moved to from one to the other. They're going to verify your currency. They're going to verify you. And they're also going to be somebody there. At the very least, a very high functioning empath. No, I have not been contacted to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to be the one that's reading all those vibrations. I'm not up to it. I get enough vibrations from 50,000 phone calls a day. Thank you very much. But anyway, so when you go through, you could be going through as many as 9 different stations or tables. Now that's probably if you've just got bucket loads of currency. If you've only got a few notes, you're still going to be okay. Okay. So next thing, guys, is your quantum financial card, your QFS card. If you sign up for a quantum financial system card with somebody on the internet, you have just forked yourself as hard as you can be forked. Okay? They are not associated with the QFS. The only way you're going to get a QFS card and register for it is to be there at the exchange appointment. These people are scamming you. They want to steal your crypto. They want to steal your currency. They want to get into your bank account. They want to hike your credit card. They want to do everything. You are nothing but a payday for them. And that's going to lead us into the next thing. And that is security. Years ago, when my aunt died, we sold the family farm and I got $500,000. And I had my share of people come to the door scamming, but I didn't, I wasn't trying to act like a big shot or anything like that. But let me just put it to you this way. Some people can smell money. They literally smell money. McFadden's got money. I could just tell. I'm going after him. And I had my share of people that took advantage of me. And I'm somebody's fool, but I'm not everybody's fool. Okay? I wised up. And I'm thinking, I'm actually rewinding some of the people that actually took advantage of me and lied and cheated to me and shame on me, for not paying more attention. But anyway, do you want to have those feelings? Because there's going to be, if you don't keep your mouth shut, if you don't be quiet, if you don't move stealthily and carefully, then what's going to happen is people are going to come into your life that, oh, I'm a cousin of good old Jason. Jason, your fellow buddy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's got to be okay. He's Jason's cousin. Yeah. 3 times removed. Okay. I have a question. I left my husband 6 months due to abuse. Okay. Well, I left in a hurry and left 80 silver eagles. That would cost me as much to get back as it would to replace. Advice? Okay. You left 80 silver eagles. The only thing I got to say, Itchy and Scratchy, is, what is wrong with you? 80 silver eagles? That's a lot of money. it could cost me as much to get it back as I would to replace it. I can't give you that advice. I can't tell you what to do. You've got to use your own discernment. You got to use your own noggin. Okay. And, if he was a righteous dude, which it didn't sound like he was, then what he should be doing is just sending it to you. But at $35, $40 a pop, he's probably already cashed it in. So I wouldn't worry about it. Just go buy new. Because as far as I know right now, the DOGE checks you're not going to see any DOGE checks. And please, Mr. T, make a liar out of me. We are on April 24th. We've been promised these checks, these DOGE checks, all month. Every time you see a link, it leads to something that it's a telemarketer. Yeah, gold diggers everywhere. You're right, Roy. So, Mr. T, pay attention. You've thrown the DOGE checks out there. Get them done. If they're going to happen, they're going to happen for the end of the month. If not, you're going to have to wait till the Republic is announced. Okay? Doc, what have you heard about the DOGE checks, Doc?
Yeah, I cruise TikTok a lot at night, and I'll scroll around, and it seems like every post that I see, repost that I see, is about the DOGE checks, and it always says the same thing: DOGE is coming. It's going to be here soon. I'm not sure how much it's going to be. Everybody else is saying something different. And then, then there's a stupid thing about Social Security. Social Security checks are going to be with the DOGE check. And Social Security is going to be part of the DOGE check. And it's going to be coming in your Social Security account as a DOGE check. And I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't even make any sense. Social Security is totally different than DOGE. Because DOGE is everything else that's part of the government that has government efficiency. That's what's part, Department of Government Efficiency. Well, if Social Security is going to be different, DOGE is going to be separate. It's going to be two separate checks. It's not going to be one. And that's the way I see it. But again, I hear from all the people on there saying DOGE is coming, DOGE is going to be here. They're just like they played a game with the other stuff. It's coming, and they get people all riled up. And you can see the comments in some of the things. You've been saying this for months. When was it going to actually happen? Why are you lying to us? Why are you telling this? Why are you saying it's 5,000? Why are you saying it's 2,000? I don't know. I don't know the answer. And I know you don't know the answer. But unless we get the money, everybody looks like they're just telling falsehood. So I really don't know what to think about it. I look at it this way. I don't believe it until it happens. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what. We're still operating under continuity of government, which is the continuity of the corporation because of the PEAT Act. We're still operating, and that's military. And I'm going to tell you what DOGE has found out. Okay. DOGE has found out. I've got 500 trillion Zim notes, bud. Okay. But anyway, no, DOGE is not a code for NESARA.
This is the kind of stuff that people keep saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not it. Okay. Can we cut the comments for a few minutes, Doc? Can we take them off the screen or not?
Go ahead.
Okay. There is. I'm under a gag order and I'm under a NDA, so I have to be very careful about what I say. So I'm thinking about what I'm saying before I'm saying it. DOGE found out after firing all the IRS workers and laying them off and getting the buyout that there's 35 to 40% of the IRS employees themselves who haven't paid income tax in years. You see, you want to talk about playing a card game with a stacked deck? By God, you're going to pay your taxes. You're going to pay your fair share. Oh, me? No, I work for the IRS. I don't have to pay. No. What's wrong with you? No, I'm special. I work for the IRS. Well, guess what? That's getting ready to backfire on them too. I mean, it's bad enough the director of the IRS resigned, but what we have now is a clusterfuck. Okay, everything in the government right now is a clusterfuck. You got to live day to day. You got to live conservatively. You've got to live like all the money that you have in your pocket is all the money that you got, and you got to make that plan out for the end of the month. We don't even know. My son's Social Security check didn't get here till after. It's supposed to be here on the 5th or 6th. It didn't get here till after the 20th. Okay? Think about that. Okay? What about if he had rent to pay and it was due on the 10th? He's 10 days late. He's got a late fee. Thanks a lot, Social Security. You know what I mean? Listen, this government is so flocked up because the continuity, Trump still hasn't repealed the PED Act. You guys aren't seeing the big picture here. All you're seeing is, when am I going to go? When am I going to get my money? There are people being called. But you have got to realize the fact that people are even getting called is nothing short of a miracle. Now, I can tell you this, that the new currency, the TRNs, or whatever they're going to call them, are at all the major banks. Okay? Iraq's rate has been done. Vietnam's rate is done. We are waiting for the release of the Forex. Now, I want you to understand one thing. And maybe if I put this in this perspective, some of you will finally get it, okay? In the center of the flat earth map, it makes it look like there's nothing there but water. But what is actually there under the surface is what's called a black rock. Okay? Now, isn't it funny that BlackRock just filed bankruptcy? Okay?
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay? Are you getting this? Okay? And why would they name BlackRock BlackRock? That's a funny name. Unless it's named after something. It's named after the black rock that you can't see. It's under the water. Okay? Now, since I've told you that, everything you have been told about most of the things in your life is a lie. You want to talk about so far, it's like we're in the never-ending story. Oh, we just found out about these lies. Well, that's okay because this is true. No, it isn't. We just found out that's not true. Well, wait a minute. What about over here? This is true. No. Oh, no. You're wrong, Chance. It's a lie, and here's how. And guess what? They're right. Everything is bullshit. Okay? Now, we have to negotiate. As children of God, we have to negotiate ourselves. Daily, hourly, monthly, yearly, to survive and even yet thrive in this horrific environment. And it's not an easy thing to do. And so many people have been crushed and are being crushed. Physically, mentally, financially. And this is what we're fighting for to get this over with. Okay? I want you all to turn all your worries and all your problems and all your situations, regardless of what they may be, turn them over to the Lord. He can handle them. Worrying about it doesn't help. Worrying about this, worrying about that doesn't help. Okay? Break the matrix. 520-7418. 520-7418. Shlama. Those are positive affirmations which destroys the matrix around you. You can actually, if you believe, if you actually give your heart into Source, God, your inner strength, you can change your situation. But if you don't, you just might as well open the door and say, Satan, come on in. Come on in, you know. Do you believe in Satan? Do you believe in Satan? Is he affecting you? Now look at this. Somebody's calling me during the show. Doc, I want to see what this person has to say. So you go ahead and talk for a minute, okay?
All right, you got it. No problem. So, guys, I think what we're learning here is everything that we thought before, right? And that's basically what we don't know, we don't know. And then what we hear from other people, it may not be true either. So in your own advice, or what you should do, is basically what I do is I hope it happens. And if it does, it's great, just like the recreational vehicle. But if it doesn't, hey, it's okay. Hey, hello from California. Hey, Love and Mugny Secrets TV. There's Lillian. Hey, Lillian, how are you? Doc W is here. Dr. Wiedemann. Everybody else is here. We're just looking at some of these things. Hello, it's Satan. Hey, Satan. Okay. Yeah, I know. I had to go into Western Medicine Hospital, and it really effed me up because I don't believe in it. Listen, there's something important about the hospitals that you guys might not know. And this is important, Roy. There is a new directive they're putting out now. And I saw this on TikTok, and this is very important. Even if you say you don't want to sign anything, there's something about an executive order that if you don't sign that and say you want to redo it, they can give you the vaccine shots. That's any vaccine, flu vaccine, COVID, whatever it is. They're allowed to because you're agreeing for their care. I never knew that. I thought as long as you say, hey, I'm not signing this, I'm not agreeing to your care. I'm agreeing to care only what I have as a problem, not other issues. But they're saying now that they're going to do that. So be careful of that. That's a new directive they have in the hospitals. It's scary time.
Yeah, and Doc, what you just told everybody is absolutely true. And I would rather take an ass whipping than to go to a doctor right now.
Scary. It's really scary times. It really is.
And the same way with the vet. For my dogs. I've got a doggy here that needs to go have a dental. And I'm going to, when I take her, walk in spirit or Christ consciousness is what Jerry said. That's right. All right. Well, listen, cross out the word patient and put in client. Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good thinking there. Thank you, Ann. Nicolas Maduro have to be out of office for Venezuela to go? No. What will happen is he will go out the minute this happens. Okay? He will be forced out. Okay? Yes, Nuka doctors are okay, Doc. Yes, I understand that. Okay. Okay. So, guys, just remember, you got to turn it. Okay, the Pope died 4 years ago, Joey. He died 4 years ago, was announced, and then it was retracted. Okay. Okay. And everybody's saying this is a marker. No, this is a marker as part of the movie. We know he was a pedophile. We know he was demonic. We know he was this. We know he was that. And the person that played him was an actor, but he died 4 years ago. It's much like Val Kilmer. Remember Val Kilmer?
Oh yeah, Batman.
Yeah, Batman. He died twice this year.
I know. I know.
Twice in the last couple of years. He died twice. He died once right after the release of the sequel of what was the name of the show, Doc?
Which one? Oh, the Val Kilmer one.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the Doors movie too.
No. The sequel of they were flying pilots. What were they?
Oh, jeez. The Wright brothers?
No.
Flying pilots?
He played Goose. Remember? He played Goose in that. With Tom Cruise?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I can't think of it. Oh, my God. I get a brain fart.
If you don't know, we're in trouble.
You take our love. Yeah. Oh, my God. I got to get
Well, anyway, when that sequel came, Top Gun, that's it. Top Gun 2 came out.
Oh,
and they showed him in the movie. Okay, just remember one thing. Right after that, they announced that he died. But then yet again, here just a few weeks back, they said he died again. How many times did you get to die? I thought it was one strike and you were out. I don't know. Dame Lillian Walker says over here in the private chat, trust in the Lord with all your heart and your might. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Mark 10:27. Very good. Very good. That's exactly. Listen, I can't quote it, but I can tell you what, I live it. I live it. Every day I live it. I carry the Lord with me. I keep I know what I have to do. I have my work that I have to do around the house and stuff. And I have my errands to run, but this is what I keep in my heart all the time. And I heard an interesting video that came on automatically last night, and it said, if you carry positive energy, positive frequencies, high vibrations with you all the time, when you go out in public, people are either going to be disgusted with you or they are going to be attracted to you. And I can't tell you how many times I go to the store and people come up to me, oh, hi, how are you? How's your son and everything? I mean, it's like a social event when I go to Aldi's, okay? Because I run into everybody. I know everybody in this town. Everybody knows me on a first name basis. Vibration. It's all about vibration, frequency, and energy. High frequency vibrations and frequencies, they glitch the matrix. 520-741-8. Shlama. Those do something to the matrix that we cannot understand. We know they're a prayer of completion. Move forward on that. Use every tool at your disposal, including the Lord. He is our shepherd. Okay? Not Mr. T. He's great. And he's doing great things, but he is not our shepherd. You understand? If you, Joey, you're going to have to ask somebody else that knows a little bit more about Bible than me, because maybe you can ask that to Doc Wiedemann when he comes on, okay? Guys, listen. I think the reason why when I use the patches and I take the longevity, why it works so well And I know a lot of people say you don't look 73 years old. Yeah, I know. And I know how much I've improved since we started the show over a year ago. But having the energy and the positivity and the Lord with me is the icing on the cake. It's just the icing on the cake. Okay. Hey, right now I want to introduce two ladies, and I've got two guests coming in, and this is Dame Lillian and Ann. Ann is on the right, and Dame Lillian is on the left. You guys look so good, and you look tan. I'm so jealous. You see me? If I was
I can see you.
If I was any whiter, I'd be Larry Bird. Okay.
We missed you in Punta Mita. You were so you earned that trip.
I just only thing I can say is I like bikinis.
We had a great time.
I'll bet you guys had a great time. Hey, gonna give you an updated testimonial.
Okay.
Maria number 1 has her mother is still going out once a week to play bingo, which she calls the slot machines, and she looks forward to it, but she is not regressing. She's reached a plateau. She's reached a plateau, and so far that plateau hasn't raised, but she has only been on the patches for 3 months. And we're talking about a lady who 3 months ago was in guarded. And you know what guarded condition means. Okay. Thank you, Roy B. DeMann. And send me an email on that, will you? chancemusic@yahoo.com. I appreciate it. I need to do that. But anyway, she's okay. So what we got going on here? What we got going on here is 3 months, and the lady is she's over 70, and only thing I can say is we're going to keep her on the patches, and we're going to be reporting, because to hit a plateau and not regress is a testimonial in itself for somebody who was so bad. What new testimonials do you ladies have to share today?
Well, first, I just want to speak to that. So just because you think it's a plateau, the cells are working within, because I had a plateau for 4.5 months before I had breakthrough, because I had so much damage. They just had to work hard. And then at the 4.5 month mark, I have a testimony. At the 6 month mark, and at the 6.5 month mark, I had testimonies. So it may be a plateau to you, but some deeper work is being done on the inside, in my personal humble opinion, which the only way to test that would be blood test, body scans, blood pressure, all that would have to be tested all simultaneously, plus infrared light cameras, which can be done. Yeah. It's just, obviously, you have to go have that done. But just to give you that little nugget.
That's great. Yeah. Lillian, what do you have today?
So I'm going to share, it's one of your viewers who I'm going to show. This is her mother. Her and her mother are both on the patches. Her mother we don't make medical claims. We don't treat, cure, heal, diagnose anything. As always, consult with your doctor before trying anything new. But I suggested to Lynn, because her mother has serious Alzheimer's and dementia, and what Lynn describes as crazy talk, and was very unreasonable. She wanted to get her mom on the patches to restore her cognitive function. So I told Lynn, I said, every Friday, because she started the patches on a Friday, I said, pull out a notebook, dedicate this notebook to your mom, and every Friday, have her write the date, have her write her first and her last name, and then under her name, have her write a row, the best that she can, of figure eights. And so every Friday, I get an update from Lynn. And so I just want to show you this is just seeing her and talking to her. You might not notice these things, but because she has that piece of paper, we can start to see her neurological development, and you can clearly see that when we started her, you can't even make out her name here. And I will do a video on my channel so that you can see things more clearly. But this was week 1. She could not even really fully spell her name, and her 8s are all over. If you go down here at the bottom, look at how her figure 8s are all straight in a row. You can clearly see her name, Mary. It says March, and it has the date, 19th, and it says Evelyn Larson. Look at how straight her name is. And look at how the figure 8s are now in a row. Oftentimes we'll see when it comes to neurological things, and this is a free test that you can visually do at home that only takes a few minutes. Okay. And so what we can tell is that your fine motor skills are starting to improve because the nerves are growing back. Not only that they extend down into the periphery of your extremities, but it's obviously starting in the brain, and then it travels down to the end of your hands so that your fine motor skills are improved. As your fine motor skills are improved, instead of having a shaky hand, now you have a smoother hand and you're able to write better, right? The figure 8s, you'd be surprised for someone who has any kind of neurocognitive decline, any kind of brain damage or brain issues. It's very difficult to do 2, 3, 4, 5 figure 8s in a row, let alone a line. So you'll see that they'll do a figure 8, maybe an S or a backward S, or an attempt to make an 8, and they might get a couple in a row right, and then they might reverse it, and they might revert then to just a 0 on top, like a 0, like a snowman, a 0 on top and a 0 on bottom. And I tell people, no, we want them to do the figure 8 where it's continuous, like an infinity symbol. Doesn't matter if you start left to right or right to left. The reason being is that as you're doing that infinity symbol, you're also repatterning the brain and you're helping cross over energies. You don't get that when you do the figure 8 with a 0 on top and a 0 on bottom. So then over time, we'll also see that their figure 8s, not only are they more consistent, and they don't, like sometimes I have people, they'll do this and they tried to do a figure 8 and then they scribbled and then they tried. and over the course of weeks and months, you see the improvement. And when you compare week 1 with week 4, with week 6, with week 12, week 60, you start to see, wow, they've come a long ways, and you could see a weekly progression. So for example, in Lynn's case, last Friday, she sent me a sample. And she said, it feels like mom regressed a little bit last week because she had stopped doing the crazy talk and she had some crazy talk come out. And I said, you know what? She's progressing. You got to think of the body kind of like waves of energy. As you have waves of energy that go out and are growing things, then there are things that have to be pulled back and purged. And then you have another wave of energy. And when you have less things to purge from the body, then there's more energy to replace and restore stuff. So she may have had a week where maybe she had to purge more stuff. So it feels to you like it's a regression. It's not really a regression. It's part of the cycle of action that's necessary for improved health and vitality, for growth. So I hope that makes sense to all of you here. We can't hear you, Chance.
Chance, unmute yourself.
If you ever grow a garden, Lillian, it'll look like nothing's happening with the tomatoes, and you keep watering when the sun's good and everything. And actually, there's things going on behind the scenes. And then you send me, if you want to order the patches, send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com and include your phone number, and I will get you over to Ann, and she will take care of you. Okay. So anyway, but what will happen to tomato plants is you'll wake up one day and all of a sudden you'll have 6 or 8 starts on that plant. And so all you got to do is just sometimes it seems like nothing's happening, but it is happening. Okay. Jim Humphreys, order the patch by contacting me with your phone number at chancemusic@yahoo.com. And Diane, I saw your post coming up and I hear you. What you need to do, Diane, is have the administrator of your trust call me, and I will arrange for you to get the patches that you need. But you have to have your trust administrator call me and we will have a conference call with Lillian and Ann so we can get you set up. Okay? Get the trust, and if she's not going to call me, then you email me her phone number. We want to get you going. And ladies, thank you so much. And I'm so jealous. And the next time there is a trip, I'm there. Okay.
Good. We'll
And
hold
just,
you to it.
and just remember, I'm not a hands-on type guy. I'm a gentleman. So
We believe you. We know you.
but you haven't seen me in a bikini either. You know? So I want to thank you for coming on tonight. It was awesome. It was awesome. And guys, if you want the patch, all you got to do is send me an email, patches at chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I'll send you right over. I will wear a mankini. Yes, I will. Ladies, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Huh?
One last thing, Chance. I just want to say, after the show, I'll be doing a Zoom. You can just go to DameLillianZoom.com. You can jump if you want to immediately talk to us. You want to ask questions. You want to learn more. You can do that. It'll be 7 p.m. Pacific time or immediately following this show. Just DameLillianZoom.com.
Yeah, if you want to jump on and do that, go ahead and do that. Thank you, ladies. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce your young Jeopardy expert. Good night. Love you guys.
Love you.
Dr. Robert Wiedemann, who is the host of his own show right here on Hamilton Radio. And the name of that show is
Wellness Revolution.
And it's on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Central Time. Right? Monday nights?
That's correct.
Okay, so be there and make it happen. And go ahead, Doc, and let's. What'd you talk about on your last show, and what's coming up on your next show?
Well, we talked about everything minerals on the last show. If you missed that, you want to go back and watch it if you can. It was a complete covering of minerals, including agriculture and husbandry, as well as humans. And we also covered. I'm sorry, that's the one before. Last one we covered the 33 principles of chiropractic. And then we covered pharmakia. So you might want to go back and cover those. And we want you to, if you have a desire to get on the minerals and get started with it, go to getdocsminerals.com. We've got that URL straightened out, by the way.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know I'm taking the minerals, and I'm taking the orange. What's that stuff called?
The Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
That's the stuff. Me and Megan both take it. It's the same time I feed Megan her dinner, and then I take about a quarter of a capful, and I spread it around her food. By the way, no matter how little or how much I feed her, every bit of food is gone. It makes that food taste better. And that tangy tangerine tastes really good. In fact, it's addictive. I take a capful every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's very easily to say, man, just pour myself a glass full of this stuff and go to town because it tastes good. It tastes like a real good milkshake. Okay.
I'll tell you what I got started with was the tangy tangerine and the cherry mints, and I'll tell you what, it made a difference in my life, and I've been on the stuff ever since, and I don't ever want to quit. And by the way, what I've been doing lately is putting plant-derived minerals in my food. Makes it taste better, more satisfying.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, makes it more satisfying. So, I mean, of course, if you want to getting ready for the med beds, you want to make sure that you're on that stuff both before and afterwards, because they're going to know. Right?
Let me explain to you about the med beds, okay? If you go in there with very, very low vibrations, the results for the med beds might not be like you want them to be. And this is why we are pushing the patches. This is why we are pushing the longevity products, is because, first of all, this is me talking. Okay? The stuff works. The patches work. The longevity products work. I use it. The only reason I endorse it is because I use it. I've had other companies come to me and say, well, we want you to do this and we want you to do that. I said, okay, send me 2 months worth of products. I'll try it out. If it works, I'll do it. But guess what? They don't send me the products. Why not? Because they don't have any faith in the products that they're selling. Okay? If you can't provide me and Doc G with 2 months worth of products so we can test it, we can be your guinea pigs, because this show is getting huge. I'm just telling you right now, this show is getting huge. We're not monetized by Google. I won't allow that. Doc, I've told you a million times we're not going to monetize this channel because we don't want to take the cable guys' money. But I'm telling you right now, you need to understand it's not going to help you all at once. You got yourself in bad physical shape by bad habits, bad eating habits, bad exercise habits, bad habits. So figure at least 50% of the time it's going to take you to recover. Okay. But the more you raise your vibrations by taking the right products, the better the effectiveness is for the med beds. And once the med beds come out, unless all the food has been replaced, there's still going to be a bunch of crap food out there, guys. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's still going to be a bunch of crap food. So when you go to, I don't want to say any particular restaurants, but you can hurry on down to this restaurant, or you can, go to the clown restaurant or wherever, but the food is garbage. Okay? So if you stop in there and you get a sandwich on the fly, you best be taking some minerals. You best be having the patches on. And my favorite, one of my favorites, besides these two, is oil of oregano with black seed oil. That stuff, you put that oil of oregano in. I take 6 or 8 of them a day, okay? You put that stuff in with the longevity, and you put it in with the patches, and I'm just going to tell you, the parasites are leaving your body at a breakneck pace. I am not kidding you. So what you all got to do is listen to shows like Doc. Get on Lillian's Zoom call. Lillian's on my page all the time. Doc Wiedemann's on my private Telegram page. If you want to be on the private Telegram page, send me an email, chancemusic@yahoo.com. Dr. Wiedemann, the first time I met him, he gave me treatments, a light treatment. And we became really, really good friends, okay? He's not on here because he's my friend. He came on here. Okay, Doc, I hope I don't embarrass you by saying this, okay? But how old are you?
73.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, how many guys do you know 73 years old that looks as good as Dr. Wiedemann? Okay? He looks excellent. Okay? And you ought to hear him play that grand piano in the back. Man, that guy can go to town. I'm telling you. I get the MedBed, Elaine Bramson says, I get the MedBed vibration, cannot afford anything but MedBed time. Currently $10 left and one good meal a day. Both of us 73, 74 years old. Plan to get it all when I get a hold of any money. I hear you, Elaine. I know. And we've done everything we can to help you. And yeah, you've got, but always, yeah, you use the oil of oregano with the black seed oil. It's like you just supercharged your body, okay? And if you're using the longevity products and you're using the patches, then you're going to see a difference, okay? Let's see. Joey said he had a tooth pulled 3 weeks ago. He took the Novocaine, went for a foot detox a week later, and there's a lot of metals in the bottom. Must be putting metals in everything. Yes, they are. And let me tell you something. Those Chinese patches that you put on your bottom of your feet, are you familiar with those, Doc?
I am. Yeah.
Doc Wiedemann, are you familiar with those?
No.
Okay.
I ask that again.
Okay. The Japanese patches that you put on the bottoms of your feet.
Oh, I've heard of those. I've never seen them.
I've used them. Okay. I'm out right now and I need to order them again. But let me just tell you what happens to me. I am the king of detox. Okay. I got the patches. The patches help you detox. I got the longevity minerals and the minerals with vitamins and the other support, whatever that is. I can't remember. Okay. So all those help in the detoxing process. I am the king of detox. But when I use these patches,
I want to bring up something else. Longevity has oregano oil.
Okay, well that's good. You can order if you want to order from Longevity, that's fine.
It has a whole line of oils there, and it's a whole science in and of itself. And I'll tell you, they have. Do you remember hearing about thieves' oil?
Yeah, we use that.
Yeah, back when the Black Plague was going around, they would put that thieves' oil on their handkerchiefs around their mouth. That's where the robbers got the idea of masks like that with a handkerchief. That actually came from back there, and they put the thieves' oil on there, and the guys that did that wouldn't get the Black Death. And so that in longevity is called first defense.
Okay, listen, Doc. Talk to people about that. They need to know about that. Now,
first defense oil. It's incredible stuff. I use it every night, and it actually is anti-parasitic. It's just anti everything bad for you. Yeah, thieves oil. There's a way to apply it, and of course on our website we actually have a section dedicated to the essential oils. They're all the premium oils. Longevity has all the rights to the most premium essential oils that there are. They're the top of the line. And,
do they have patches? Do they have the foot patches though? That's what we were talking about.
No, they don't have foot patches.
Okay, you need to try these foot patches. I'm gonna order some tomorrow, and when I'm gonna bring them on the show next week and tell people where they can get them, because I use these for 5 days in a row. I put them on just before I go to bed, and sometimes I wear socks before I go to bed. Sometimes I don't, but I put it on, and when I take them off in the morning, those pads are just black, and that's detoxing heavy metals, detoxing parasites, everything, and they're literally black. It takes 5 days use in order to clear your system out, but it's not completely clear. Detoxing is something that you have to do every day.
You have to get rid of parasites every day.
You're supposed to. Yep, you need to do it every day. But the foot patches, I use about once a month, 5 days, 5 days on and 3 weeks off. Okay, so keep that in mind if you're getting the foot patches. I'll bring them on next week. Dr. Wiedemann, look up the oils. What is the website that they need to go to, Doc, to look up the oils and stuff?
Well, that's on our website, getdocsminerals.com. Just go in there and it will train you on the oils. And basically, when you fill out your questionnaire, if essential oils are necessary for your protocol, it will include them. So it's this protocol, Doc's protocols. I mean, it used to be that Dr. Wallach would get on the radio and people would call in with their problems, and he would tell them, he would rattle off what they needed to do, and they couldn't keep up with him. Well, this questionnaire is in accordance. It is there's structure function compliant, is based upon all of DOC's literature. Literally goes in and pulls out all the literature that shows the references why those things are recommended according to what Dr. Wallach would recommend. So you can have we're getting recommendations that are helping people tremendously. We've already got people ready to fill out their follow-up questionnaire. We have this questionnaire is not just a one-time deal. It has soap notes in it. It actually has we have them, when they check mark off their problems, there's a second sheet that comes up, and it has location, duration, character, and frequency of the problem. So in other words, we have a scale of 1 to 5 that tells how bad they're feeling or how bad the problem is affecting them, like mild, moderate, or severe. Like it's 1 through 5. 1 would be mild, 3 would be moderate, and 5 would be severe. And in terms of frequency, it's a 1 through 4. And problems are either intermittent or constant. To give you an example, if you go to sit down in a chair, in the process of sitting down, you always get this pain in your right hip on the way down. Every time. It doesn't hurt when you're standing, doesn't hurt when you're sitting, but on the way down, it hurts like crazy. That's 100%. That's a constant problem. If it hurts 75% of the time, that'd be a 3. If it's 50% of the time, that'd be a 2. If it's 25% of the time, it'd be 1. Okay, that's the difference between constant and intermittent. And on the left side of the sheet, we have priorities. Not all of your symptoms are going to be, you don't necessarily want to address every one of them. See, and so what you do is you pick out 1, 2, or 3 of the problems that are most important for you to take care of, and then you leave the rest unchecked. And then in a month, when you reassess, or 2 months when you reassess, you're going to fill that form out again, and you're going to leave the things checked that are still bothering you. You uncheck the ones that aren't, and the ones that have reduced in frequency and pain level, you reduce those down, and it keeps track of that so that we can see improvements as you increase, as you stay on the protocols. And the idea is to get you down to where you're taking only the minimum required amounts for the 90 essential nutrients. And those you stay on for the rest of your life, because you're always going to need 100% of the nutrition that is required. Yeah, there you go. See, there's where we check mark those off, you see. And let me say this, anybody who signs up with Longevity and decides to become a distributor can learn how to use this. They can actually, this website is not directly connected with Longevity. Anybody can enroll in this and use this as a tool. It's a wonderful tool. And the first thing go ahead and go on down to the bottom. Then you're going to hit continue, and then it'll take you onto the second page. And that's where you're going to fill out the other stuff. And I don't know, can you put in there a John Doe and then check 1 or 2 of the things off?
Hold on, I got to just make this up.
Yeah, just make up something and put it in there. And
for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, put John Doe in there and
okay, keep talking, guys.
Yeah, you're doing fine. I'm just waiting for you to fill that out. Okay.
I don't know what else to put in here.
You're going to have to put your real email in there or something.
I don't want to get confused. That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, and then cell carrier, yeah, and if you're a veteran, yeah, and then you're always going to check off indigestion. Always check off, up there at the top, right in the middle of the page, right there, indigestion. You always want to check that off first, because it doesn't do any good for you to take nutrients if you have a compromised digestion. A failed digestion system is the most common problem. Okay. Yeah. I don't think you need to check dementia off there.
Well, I'm
Doc.
just trying to go
Oh
through.
yeah, I was just teasing there. Okay, yeah, just check a couple off there randomly, and then down at the bottom of the page here, let's go down a little farther, and you're gonna if you have current supplements, you're gonna fill those in, what you're taking, current prescriptions, if you're taking any other health concerns that aren't listed above, put that in there, down below there, right there, just above the continue.
Oh, you want me to put
Right.
something in there?
Yeah, just put random problem.
Okay.
Just put problem. Just type in problem.
Oh, problem. Okay.
Yeah, just problem. Okay.
Okay.
And continue on. Okay. And then
It says dates
on the
missing. I can
next
put it in there.
page, yeah, let's see here. From, you uncheck veteran because that'll make it simpler. Uncheck that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Come down to the bottom there and hit continue. And then the next page. Okay, now there you go. See, now let's see what you got here. Gray hair is not going to change. Hair loss is not going to change. High blood pressure. Let's check off indigestion and high blood pressure. You see, you'll notice that the ones in blue are the ones that are subject to change. Okay, so let's say that you have very high blood pressure and it's constant. Every time you go out to mow the lawn, your high blood pressure goes high. So put it on a 4. Right. Put
40.
Just put a 4 there, and then on the right there, to the right, put a 4 in there. Okay, and then put a date. Now you want to fill in the dates of onset. So just put today's date in all of them up there. Start at the top. Every one of them needs to have it. You're going to have to put a slash, not a dash. It won't accept that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just put a slash. Yeah, there you go. And copy that and just paste it in all of them. Okay, yeah. Now, here's something I want to point out. On the blood pressure, let's say that you've had high blood pressure for 10 years, okay? So come up to the date on the high blood pressure, the date of onset.
Yeah.
And erase that now. And let's say you've had it for 5 years. You're going to put January 1 of 2015. No, the next one down. Yeah, that's right. 1/1 01. Yeah, 01/01/2015. There you go. So we always do the January 1 in order to, okay. And on that yeast infection, you want to put a date in there too, down at the bottom there. Okay. All right. And then you're going to check the top one, product usage. I have been or will be taking my products as daily as recommended. So I'll go ahead and update that. Okay, scroll down. Let's see, what's the problem here?
Tangy tangerine and beyond tangy tangerine.
Yeah, click on the tangy tangerine. You don't ever want to click on the beyond tangy tangerine. And there's reasons for that. But okay, so down here, here's what we do now. We never rob anybody's piggy bank. Let's say that you only have $25 extra a month that you could spend on your supplements. You're going to go to number 1 up there, and that's what you're going to actually order. Okay. Now you have to determine if you want to become a distributor or not. If you do not want to become a distributor, you can just click on that number there. Click on that number right there. Click on it. Go ahead and click.
I did. I clicked it. Just got to give it a second because this guy won't switch over. So hold on.
Yeah, and you can actually order it from right there if you want to. If you just want to order stuff, you can just order from right there.
Hey, Doc, that might be a good idea for you to run through that the ordering process and the whole thing on your show Monday night. That might be a good thing to do.
Actually, a good idea. Yeah.
In fact, you record that segment, you can play it in the middle of every show, because a lot of people have trouble negotiating certain websites. So if you do it a couple different times, then and you make it a regular thing on your show, then that might help people that get benefit of that. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
we gotta
right.
get that done soon. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
All right,
really
guys.
easy. And there's one other thing that I'd like to cover real quick. Okay. If we can go back to the website again.
oh, it's gone. The website. Let's see. All right, go back to the website again. 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, go to the top, scroll to the top, all the way to the top there. You see that blue stripe at the top says Dr. Wallach at the top there. When you're done with your questionnaire, we want you to come to the introduction, go down to introduction there, and it'll have it, and go down to introductory videos. Okay, right there. Click on that. And it's really important to watch all these videos right here. I have everybody go to this page right here and watch all of those, because it really gives a foundation for understanding Dr. Wallach, his background, and where he discovered all this stuff. And he has quite a astute background. And all of these things will, by the time you're done watching that, I have not had anybody not really gain a benefit from that. Okay. So, it really helps edify his message, helps you understand why we're doing this, why we're approaching this way. And one thing I want to close with, a couple things I want to close with. Number one, share this with your chiropractor. Now, we are referring people to NUCA doctors around the country. When you call me, you can call me from anywhere in the world, basically. But we are referring people to. Oh yeah, Don, thank you. I'm glad you're loving the minerals. That's great. That's awesome. We've had so many positive results with this. It's just amazing. The thing I want to close with is the idea that if anybody tells you that they can cure you, they're lying to you. There's only 3 people that can really honestly say they cure anything, and that's the tanner, the butcher, and the tobacco farmer. The body cures itself. And all we have to do is, the body needs no help, it just needs no interference. And that's why we refer people to good chiropractors, and why we help them get on a nutritional protocol that's going to be supportive and promotive of their own body's healing itself. We're not here to cure anything. The body cures itself. The body is marvelously set up by the Creator to cure itself. So
okay, Doc, we really appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you Monday night on your show. Okay, but we're running a little late tonight, so we're going to give our goodbyes, and we'll see you Monday night, and continued success on your show. Okay, God bless you, brother.
Thank you. We've had more and more people showing up all the time, and all I can say is Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt.
All right. Blessings, brother. Blessings.
Take care, Doc.
All right. Doc G, what's your final thoughts for tonight?
It was a crazy show. It was really a crazy show. We covered a lot of ground tonight. We don't have Wyatt and Brian with us, but it still was a good show. We learned a lot tonight. We've learned from each other, and we gained a perspective that I don't think we had before, which was try not to believe everything you hear from everybody that's out there. Trust the people trust the people that know what they're talking about, trust the people that prove that they know what they're talking about, and just go with your gut. Go with your gut. Whatever your gut says, you go with that. And that's it.
I get it. In fact, that's something that I wanted to hit on too, is because, I could literally sit down with you and watch any news broadcast, internet or whatever, and tell you just exactly what the lies are. That's how finally developed my discernments are. Okay. And my my ability to see through the crap. And there's this app on the cell phone called Newsbreak. I don't know if any of you read it. The only thing that's worth reading on Newsbreak is the stories about wrestlers, okay? Because everything else that they put on Newsbreak is absolute horse shirt, okay? Just bullshit in the highest degree. You guys deserve the best. We're trying to give you the best, okay? We're trying to educate you. We're trying to guide you through this process. If you need the RV protocol papers and you haven't ordered them yet, I can send them out yet tonight. Cash App, $McFadden Chance, $50. I could and make sure I have your email address. Send me an email at chancemusic@yahoo.com. If you're sending the $50 by wise.com, then send it to my email address. Log into Wise, and then it says send money, and you put in chancemusic@yahoo.com, and it'll take it right to me. Okay. So we're here to help you. Appreciate all the love offerings and donations. You guys have all been freaking wonderful. Okay. No, we did not get to cover all the RV prep because too many people kept interrupting in these little balloons down here at the bottom. What you got to do is you got to use your common sense. If you've got the RV protocol papers, you're halfway there. The rest of the time, you'd be working on positive energy. And listen, Newsbreak, absolutely. Martha, right. Newsbreak absolutely sucks rotten eggs. Okay. It really does. If you want more of the cable guys news, then turn in Newsbreak and MSNBC and CNN and all the other crap TV channels. NBC News. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, final thoughts is tonight. I love you guys. I thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I thank you for the support I'm giving, for the support you have been giving me. I thank you very much for the support you've given our family. My dogs thank you. My son thanks you. Everyone in my family thanks you. We are able to survive through this tumultuous time. And I'm here for you. You have a question. I'm not answering any questions tonight. Tomorrow afternoon sometime I will look through my emails and I will try to answer your questions best I can. chancemusic@yahoo.com. If you need a private consultation, it's $50 and that'll be a half-hour phone call. Send the money to $McFadden Chance, and we will set up a time for around noon any day of the week. Okay. We want to congratulate Stacy Little for the prize she won of the acoustic guitar drawing. And next week we will have another guitar drawing. Okay. All proceeds to the guitars tickets go to keeping the station going. HamiltonRadio.net. That's Doc's station. It's our station. It's the world station. It's 30 years. We got to keep it going, guys. Okay. We appreciate your support. I'm Chance McFadden, and you know who you are. And I can tell you what. If you're from Australia, you get a hold of Mr. Wyatt. Yes, that's absolutely correct, Greg. You know who you are. So just remember, when you go to sleep tonight, you are loved. All we need is love. God bless you, and good night.
Bye, everybody.